Why do we keep finding ourselves in relationships that hurt us, where we overgive, chase, or avoid intimacy altogether? Why do we attract partners who leave us feeling unseen, unheard, or unloved? Today, we're going to explore these questions together. Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects so many of us: relationship patterns, the behaviors we unconsciously repeat, and the wounds that drive them. Whether you're someone who gives too much, feels the need to chase, or finds yourself choosing unavailable partners, this is for you. And this isn't just about women. Men experience these patterns too. Together, let's uncover the roots of these behaviors, understand them, and work toward healing. Patterns often begin with childhood wounds. For example, if you grew up in an environment where love felt conditional, you may have learned to overgive or seek validation in relationships. Alternatively, if love was inconsistent, you might feel anxious when someone pulls away, fearing abandonment. For men, these wounds may show up as emotional avoidance. If vulnerability wasn't encouraged growing up, they may struggle to express their feelings, leading to inconsistent behaviors or ghosting. For women, societal conditioning often teaches us to over-nurture or fix partners, leading to burnout and resentment when those efforts go unreciprocated. Overgiving. You meet someone and immediately give more than you're receiving, hoping it will make them stay. This might look like constantly initiating contact, planning dates, or even supporting them financially. Chasing. When someone pulls away, you double down, texting, calling, or seeking reassurance. This often stems from a fear of rejection, avoidance. On the flip side, some people avoid commitment or connection entirely, fearing they'll lose their independence or be hurt. Case example: Jane. Jane, 50, recently opened up to love after 20 years. She met someone promising, but felt the need to control the relationship, pressuring him for commitment and stability. When he ghosted her, she spiraled into self-blame. Case example: Mike. Mike, 36, avoids serious relationships because he fears being controlled. He dates casually, but pulls away when things get serious, leaving partners confused and hurt. These behaviors aren't random. They're survival mechanisms rooted in past experiences. For example, a child who felt unseen may overgive to feel valued. Someone who experienced neglect may chase love, fearing abandonment. A person raised in a critical environment may avoid vulnerability to protect themselves from judgment. These patterns are deeply ingrained, and it's important to recognize that they are not your fault. They were formed as a way to cope and survive in an environment where your emotional needs weren't fully met. Here's a key truth. Other people's actions are not a reflection of your worth. If someone ghosts you, it's not because you're unlovable. It's because they lack the tools to communicate or connect. For men, it's important to recognize that avoiding emotions doesn't make you stronger. It creates distance. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's courage. For women, setting boundaries doesn't make you demanding. It protects your energy and ensures you're treated with respect. Affirmation. Love does not require me to prove my worth. I am enough just as I am. Recognize your patterns. Ask yourself, what do I tend to do when I feel insecure in a relationship? Do I give too much? Do I chase? Or do I pull away? Rewrite the story. If you've been ghosted, remind yourself their inability to communicate is not my failure. If you avoid love, challenge the fear. What am I protecting myself from, and is it real? Set boundaries. Decide what you will and won't tolerate. If someone can't meet your standards, it's okay to walk away. Example, if someone is inconsistent, it's not my job to convince them to stay. I value consistency, and I deserve it. Focus on yourself. Invest in hobbies, friendships, and personal growth. The more you love your own company, the less you'll seek validation externally. Example, a woman who took up painting and rediscovered her joy after leaving an unfulfilling relationship. Build emotional awareness. Learn to sit with discomfort instead of reacting. If you feel anxious, take a breath and ask, what am I afraid of? It's important to recognize that both men and women play a role in these dynamics. Healing begins when we stop blaming each other and start taking responsibility for our own wounds. For men, this might mean asking, am I avoiding emotional intimacy because I fear being hurt? For women, this might mean asking, am I giving too much because I fear being abandoned? Daily practices. Journal your feelings and patterns. Practice affirmations. I am worthy of love that is healthy and reciprocal. Meditate or practice grounding exercises to soothe anxious thoughts. When triggered, pause before reacting. Remind yourself, I am safe. I don't need to chase love. Seek support. Work with a therapist, coach, or healer to unpack deeper wounds. Example, a man who began therapy and learned to express emotions, ultimately forming a healthier relationship. Healing relationship patterns takes time and courage, but every step you take towards self-awareness brings you closer to the love and connection you deserve. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and most importantly, you are worthy just as you are.